Okay. That's the way.
Here goes the hair moment.
Mm.
There. Hi, beloved friends. Welcome to a summer video snippet. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So, beloved friends, Pete and I are having a euphoric moment. We're having a real bliss ride at the moment. This week has been phenomenal in terms of opening and deepenings and sharings and revelation. And we got a beloved member of the Soul family staying with us, Wilma, who's been fully active with all of this amazement. Loads of fabulous guests at home staying with us. Lots of spontaneous interactions with other people. And one of the things I put on Facebook yesterday was, when he brings consciousness, when he brings consciousness and she brings trust, then the way home is revealed. Absolutely flippin' right. And so as we've been enjoying this amazing time of real love in action, so the invitation arises. And at the moment it looks like I'm going to go first, maybe, facing one of the deepest fears, actually. And it's so massive that every time I talk about it, I start shaking and sweating and falling to the ground.
Almost passing out.
Almost passing out. And wanting to fight the whole world.
Mm.
And it's a threshold I so have to cross. Because it's the bringing of the men into the temple. And it's the, am I able, phew, we're off again, am I able to do this sacred body awakening work with another lady, with Pete, in the same way that we do this as a women-only group. I can imagine all you Californians out there are going, yeah, of course you can, of course you can, we do it every week. I know. I'm a little bit different. This is where the mother of all fears lives within me. I am terrified to open that door, in case it's a false door and it leads to a very, very good impersonation of healing, and it's not really healing. It's like this pseudo-tantric sexual masquerade, and everyone is enjoying it, and that is why they say, oh yes, this is a great soul healing. But it's not at all. It's something else. This has been my lifelong interior dialogue. So, beloved friends, feels like we're days away from actually meeting this mother of all fears. In the body, for real, in a constellation. It was one of the most incredible women I am privileged to know and love.
What's the fear?
Oh no,
What's the fear?
no, I no. The fear is that God has given me a holy template of purity, and I twist it to make it my holy template of purity, and it's all gnarly and twisted because I have turned it into something else, and I will pretend that I haven't, and I will bring loads of people into that gnarly twisted place and say it's healing when it isn't. And that's the original rape thing.
Mm. But that's on the sacred purpose level. What's the fear on the personal level? With you and Wilma and me, for example.
Just the feeling of me being helpless and paralyzed and freezing to death as something else starts to unfold that I'm not comfortable with, but I go along with it because I think it's healing. Don't know about you ladies, but I have encountered so many pseudo ridiculous healing environments that are so not that.
The opposite.
Completely those moments when the body says, hang on a second, what's going on here? This doesn't feel good. But you so want to believe you're wrong. So you stay there and you keep on letting it happen. Something like that.
I just wonder, what's the personal fear for you with me being at the receiving end of Sacred Body Awakening?
And then it turns into some kind of Roman orgy of pure lust and strangeness.
And I wonder how that would make you feel personally with your partner on the floor.
What do you mean?
Is there any fears there?
Of it turning into a Roman orgy?
Yeah, if it
Yes,
turns into a Roman orgy and it's
Yeah.
your partner that's part of it,
Well,
and
then-
your part, what do you fear?
Then we're lost. We're all lost. We've taken something very pure and clean and we've just trashed it. And then having to live with that.
Right. I mean, I'm thinking that to me that's still on the kind of transpersonal divine purpose level. Nothing wrong with that. But personally, this scenario is a perfect illustration for both of us about facing fears. There's a number of different levels: the transpersonal, and then there's the personal. And this process was all very easy for me in the sense that it was something that was getting activated in Anaya. And then when I realised that the process involved Anaya potentially taking other men other than me, men that I don't know, for example, through Sacred Body Awakening, then
I'm doing this on video.
then it suddenly became a very different personal set of fears for me, because my deepest fear, my deepest personal fear, is that Anaya will leave me for another man, that she will turn her attention and favours from me and my being to someone else. And that fear is what has often governed and given fuel to the fire of separation between us. This is my story. So suddenly it went from being Anaya's thing to being very much my thing as well. But the beautiful thing that happened between us both, firstly, Anaya explained in detail what she was going through, what her fears were, so that I could understand and feel compassion for her. So I'm then able to genuinely hold space for whichever way this needs to go. That was one thing. But then, because she'd done that and gave me a beautiful template of how it works, I could then do the same, go into my deepest fears, explore in real time how that felt when I realised what I was being asked to hold as a partner. Go into that, face the fears, dig deep, reach for what I can encompass, and actually voice for me what is my truth in that, what I can embrace and what I can't, what I don't think is right. All this is still within an exploratory field, but daring to go into those worst fears together with a willingness to explore and be without any guarantees of how it's going to go. And actually the end result was an amazing, scary still vibrating from it. This happened a few hours ago. But the willingness to go in there, into the deep, into the truth, because in the shadows and all that, somewhere in there is an even deeper truth. Who are we past our deepest fears? What is it on the other side of that? This is a good sign. If
Yes.
she's burping and stuff like that, that's stuff she's releasing. So if you see it or hear it personally or on video, it means there's good stuff, the stuff being released. It's no longer in her, it's getting out. It's best sign ever. I think perhaps...
Oh yeah, and another thing, the reason why we're doing this, all three of us are body workers, we're consciousness navigators. Us ladies have had the most phenomenal direct realization of just how profoundly healing Sacred Body Awakening is for women. And we all of us ladies, the first question is, wow, I wonder if the men can receive this. So that's why we're doing this. I know I need to get over this fear. That's an obvious one. I certainly don't want my fear to be the reason that Pete doesn't come into connection with what could be a quantum healing for him. And of course, if he opens the door and the revelation is, yes, this totally works for the men. What? Everything changes. So it's like we're playing God right now. Actually, that's what it feels like. Choice point. And we all have to be, as Wilma says, rock bottom honest. What is happening here? What is this? What are we really partaking in and why? This is what happens when soul members stay at the bloody house.
So be warned if you think you're coming here.
Ah,
Even if you're coming here as like a house guest or whatever, it's never just going to be that simple. There's always beautiful depths in the safe container within beautiful travelling friends. Doesn't mean it's in fact that doesn't make it easier. But here's the thing: what we're discovering is the more we dare to go in, the more we expose ourselves and go in and dig in these areas, that we get to experience the truth and trust of each other. But that doesn't mean to say then we just, game over, we hold hands and disappear off into the sunset.
No.
What happens is, and a great analogy and I used earlier was, then the Titanic, the holy mother of all fears, the debris from other things is cleared and it gets to come to the surface.
Yeah.
So deeper and more fundamental fears and issues then have the space to come up, because we have the experience the other probably can hold that vibration. So, again, love is not for the faint-hearted. This is pure heart work. There's nothing but heart work here. And if you're not prepared to have everything you wanted hidden forever in your face again, if you're not prepared to go in there, then this work is not for you. If you're brave enough and ready enough to dig deep and risk annihilation, then this ground is for you. This is sacred union at its cutting edge, because we have no idea what the answers are. Beautiful.
Beloved friends, I want to thank you so much for enjoying our videos.
Yeah. And we couldn't do...
We actually feel you.
Yeah.
This is like a community thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We couldn't do this without you. There wouldn't be any point in doing this without you. And all the Skype sessions you guys have been doing, the ladies with and I, and all the work, and his work and her work and temple work, all the feedback, all the energy from this huge family, worldwide family, is adding to this, and it's facilitating energy so we can go deeper and we can report back to you, this works, or this needs to be watched for. So massive thank you, massive. Like, we wouldn't be here, we wouldn't be in each other's world maybe, even if it wasn't for you, because this work is long overdue. Who knows what possible effects this kind of work, the truth of it, could have for ordinary couples worldwide. What would love do? So thanks.